Nintendo is running scared, but is it because a Metroid Prime 4 reveal is imminent? We're going to get into that. Also, 240 developers, you heard that right, 240 developers have not just hinted at, but claimed that they're working on the Switch 2. We're going to get into that. And then lastly for today, a doozy, because there's another rumor that a new Starfox game will be released on Switch 2 and will hit 2024, so we're gonna get into that and everything else. But before we do, if you like the content, you like what you see, why not consider hitting that like, subscribe, and that bell? Helps us out. And then pull up a chair right there as we do delve into today's first story, which has to be Metroid Prime 4 and the possibility that a reveal is imminent, maybe during next month's direct, if there is one. There probably will be one. But why is Nintendo running scared? Well, it's all to do with YouTuber Super Metal Dave 64, who uncovered a lot of very interesting information which Nintendo has rushed to get scrapped and deleted offline. But what did he find out? Let's delve into it. Firstly though, I urge you to watch Super Metal Dave 64's video, which is in the description below, and he does go into all this information in a lot more depth and puts together a very detailed picture about where Metroid Prime 4 is in its development, so please check it out in the description below. But we are going to start over on LinkedIn with what Dave did find, which was the profile of Edwin Atwell, who is a software tester. And thanks to Dave, we can see that he's currently working on Metroid Prime 4, but had also worked in the past on Modern Warfare 2 and Call of Duty Vanguard. Now, why is this interesting? Well, because we can see how long he had worked on every project beforehand, and by that we can almost maybe gauge where he might be in his timeline working on Metroid Prime 4. So if we look over Modern Warfare 2, we can see that he worked on that game for 10 months, which is the same amount of time that he has currently worked on Metroid Prime 4. So is it safe to say that he might be finishing up his work on Metroid Prime 4? It could be. Dave also came across a company named Next Gen Dreams 3D, who specialize in making super high quality and cinematic trailers for video games. And if we look over on their graphics of companies that they are working with, we can see that they have Retro Studios down as a partner. So this gives us even more reason to believe that a reveal in the form of a trailer would be imminent. So all this information was found by Super Metal Dave 64, which was subsequently leaked online over the coming days. But then something happened, because if we look back over on LinkedIn today, we can see that Edwin Atwell's profile has been deleted. It is no longer there. And if we go back to Next Gen Dreams 3D's graphics, we can see that Retro Studios has also been deleted. So someone didn't like all the information that was revealed. Must be either Nintendo or Retro or both. So what does this mean? It means that maybe they have something in store and they don't want anyone knowing anything. And we do know there's been lots of rumors surrounding a possible Nintendo Direct dropping this February. In fact, there's been lots of leakers talking about it, including Jeff Grubb. So is all this information now pointing towards a possible reveal at that event? I mean, we do have now a software tester seemingly coming to the end of his time working on Metroid Prime 4, and a company known for making trailers for video games. Plus, add to that Nintendo acting desperately to get all of this information off the internet makes me think there's a lot of fuel on this fire. So will it be shown at this direct though? I'm not so sure. I think Nintendo might coast it and just show what else has got coming up this year, namely Princess Peach and Luigi's Mansion 2, or maybe it will show up as the one final announcement. Maybe it's not even a Nintendo Switch game anymore. Maybe we'll see it down the line as a launch title for the Nintendo Switch 2. Who knows? One thing's for sure, Nintendo is acting super shady, but you guys let me know what you think in the comments below, and when we do get an update, you'll be the first to hear it here. Right, next up, Nintendo keeps denying the fact that the Switch 2 exists, but it doesn't matter anymore because those pesky ratty developers have thrown them under the bus by admitting that they are indeed working on Switch 2 games right now. That is the news coming out of GDC 2024, where a survey was sent to 3,000 developers, and out of those, 240 admitted to working on Switch 2 games right now. That's 8%, but the number is probably a lot higher, because even though the survey is anonymous, you'd have to know that, you know, developers have signed NDAs and then maybe therefore were cautious when filling them in. So the number probably is a lot higher, but you know, it's still awesome information to know. It's not the only information that came out of GDC, because when asked which system they're most interested in developing for, the Switch 2 was placed third, I think on 32% behind PS5 and PC. So really awesome information coming out of GDC. We know for a while that developers have had dev kits. Eurogamer spoke about Gamescom last year when Nintendo was said to be showing the console to developers, and in fact showed them demos of Breath of the Wild running 4K 60. So this is all awesome. There is more information like this coming out all the time. Specs are leaking, supposed games that are coming out are leaking. So I think we are now in the time period where more and more stuff is going to come out, and we are very close, I feel, to a showcase of the Switch 2. God knows what it's going to be called. So I'm very excited. Are you excited? Let me know what you think about these numbers. You know, were you expecting more developers to be working on the console now, or maybe less? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Right, next up, Zippo once again comes with us with another leak, this time concerning Starfox. Zippo is saying that there will be indeed another Starfox game coming out on the Switch 2, not the Switch 2, and it will be released, according to him, in 2024. More than that, it's going to be a sequel to an existing Starfox game already, hopefully not Zero, that was awful. It's going to be made by an in-house Nintendo team, and it's going to have a big focus on multiplayer, which I'm not sure what I think about. I mean, it could work, it should work, but I kind of just want an old school campaign, just stick to that, Nintendo. But nonetheless, that is what he is saying. He's also saying that this is not only from the fact that he's been told this by his sources, but the fact that Nintendo has recently, this month in fact, filed a new trademark for Starfox in Brazil. So what do I think? Could this be happening? Of course it could. I mean, Nintendo's put it on ice since 2016, I believe, when Star Fox Zero came out on the Wii U with Platinum Games. I didn't really enjoy that game, the whole 2 screen. For me, it slowed down the gameplay way too much. So, and you know, you have to remember when the Switch came out, do you remember how Nintendo more or less every 6 weeks to 2 months had a big game out? You know, they had Breath of the Wild, then they had Mario Kart 8, they had Splatoon 2, they had ARMS, they had a lot of these games strategically placed every 6 weeks or so. And I feel like Starfox is a game that they could do that with. That is a game, that doesn't take 5 years to make. So it could, conceivably be really far along or even made by now. So I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. Zippo is very hit and miss with these rumors. Sometimes he's correct, sometimes he isn't. But this is a game that, Nintendo is aware of, its fan base and the love that they have for Starfox. They know this. So hopefully, they've been smart enough. They've been working on the game in the background. And if it's in-house, even better. So, we'll have to wait and see. But let me know in the chat what you guys think. Do you believe it? Do you believe Zippo? What would you like from a new Starfox game? Are you happy that it's going to be featuring multiplayer? Let me know in the comments below. But right, that is the video for today. I hope you enjoyed all the news. I will be back, of course, as always, tomorrow with more Nintendo news. So until then, have an awesome one, my friends. Bye.